Hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to be making a mod pack because I'm very bored. I might use it on my server. Who knows? Let's see if Modrinth even opens. It is not. There we go. We have Modrinth. Alright. We're going to delete this. This is this pile of shit. Now, the mod pack, I think, is going to be using 1.20.1, but I don't know. From my experience, 1.20.1 supports the most mods on Modrinth specifically. So, I don't know. I kind of want it to be a mixture of everything. So, let's see what we can do. So, normally I put my mods into different categories for my mod packs. So, I think the first category I'm going to start out with is world generation. Is this like one of the most important things? So, world generation. So, normally I always go for tectonic plus Terlith. But if you ask me, I think both of those are overrated as fuck. Tectonic is okay, Terlith is okay, but I'm going to be trying something different. Now, I want this mod pack to be Vanilla Plus, but that might not happen. So, I think we have a couple of options here. We have Lithosphere, which generates terrain pretty high up, it looks like. And realistic rivers, too. So, Lithosphere is something we obviously need to really bring into consideration here. And we need to look at compatibility. So, I'm going to open up another tab here. Not Terlith. See, this is how overrated this shit is. Now, the thing about Lithosphere, I believe, is it just changes how the terrain is generated. It doesn't change anything else. No extra trees from what I'm concerned, no biome changes, no nothing. Compared to some of the biome mods that either add new biomes, overhaul the current biomes, add new blocks, or change the biomes and world generation. It really strays from what I'm trying to go for here. So, the biggest thing I'm going to be looking for is compatibility with another biome mod. But the question is, does the biome mod need to be Vanilla Plus, as in, does it add extra block, or it does not add extra blocks? Or should it add extra blocks and just make the game more interesting? And what would that do for performance in the server? Now, the server I'm working with has 12 gigabytes of RAM, right? Everything else is fine. We don't have to worry about CPU, disk space, nothing else. Just the RAM. And the RAM is 12 gigabytes. So, that is why I'm using Fabric. Fabric plus mods like Lithium and all of those, and Krypton, plus my favorite performance mod, Ferrite Core, is going to really lower the amount of RAM it takes. Especially with sodium. I did a test earlier this morning. I was using about 10 gigabytes of RAM while I was playing, and I have 64, so that's not really an issue, right? But the server only has 12 gigabytes of RAM, and I would prefer to keep it under 8 gigabytes of RAM when nobody's playing, because I only have a couple of people that play every once in a while. So, my big thing is what mods are going to be able to be compatible, look good, perform good, all of that. So, that is why I think I'm going to go for lithosphere. So, obviously, we are going to add lithosphere. The question is, what do we want to pair lithosphere with? What biome mod do we want to pair lithosphere with? That is where YouTube comes in. We're just going to search up lithosphere, and that is not what I wanted to go for. We have lithosphere plus overhauled overworld. We have Terralith and Tectonic. That is the go-to mixture, but I'm not gonna do that basic thing. I might look and see what lithosphere plus overhauled overworld looks like. So I'm going to be muting it for right now. But this video is made by Shield, so shout out to Shield for making this. Lithosphere plus overhauled overworld. Let's take a look here. Now, immediately, it is in 720p. But immediately from what I'm noticing, we have a realistic spread of trees. I know a big thing I don't really necessarily like about Minecraft is that there is too much forest, too much trees everywhere. Now, if you look to the left of the screen here, we have a lot more trees in a kind of like a pack over here. But over here, we have like a big area where there's no trees, and then we have a patch of trees up here. So that's what I'm first noticing. Now, another thing I'm noticing is with the shaders that he is using, there is fog down in the plateaus. I might look into that, but it almost looks back here that there's a cascading village going up the side of the mountain. I think that would be kind of cool. Especially with an overhauled village mod. And yes, it is a village cascading up the mountain. Very cool. And it looks like the terrain is just going around it perfectly fine. There doesn't seem to be any issues like overhang with or unrealistic overhang where it's just one block overhang that goes out like a big square. It looks very custom made, I guess. And now we also have some realistic cliff sides, and we don't have the most realistic caves, but we might be able to customize that a little bit. This looks absolutely beautiful right here. It looks like we have like a river down there, or maybe it's another plateau. Then we have a jagged peak that goes up, it has a couple of trees on the top. That looks absolutely beautiful. So, I'm not noticing any custom trees so far. Let's see here. I'm loving the plains. Those look absolutely beautiful. Very open. Definitely going to be very recommended for exploration. It looks absolutely beautiful with the pillager tower standing off in the distance from everywhere else, just separated from everything. This is the good part about not installing 50 structure mods, because everything is spread apart. It makes exploring more rewarding. It also rewards you for having a higher render distance because you can see further. The question is, how are we going to get a higher render distance? Are we going to use Bobby, Voxy, or are we going to use Distant Horizons? Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Distant Horizons because the LOD system is made for vanilla Minecraft. It doesn't seem to be too compatible very much well with custom world generation mods like Lithosphere or Tectonic or I've even seen some issues with Biomes of Plenty. A lot of issues with Biomes of Plenty, with stuttering at least. So, I'm going to consider... I think I'm going to consider Bobby, actually. And obviously I'm going to be using Chunky for the server. But for single player, I'm going to be thinking about Bobby or Voxy. I don't know if it overhauls how tall the mountains are, or if it just makes everything lower. But I really do like that. Not sure if there's too much customization, or if it... I know a big issue with server compatibility is if it makes a different world generation type, because you can't really choose that inside of the server that I know of. Also, beautiful how the trees are growing up the side of the mountain. Very realistic there, because trees will actually do that. Not a lot of them, but trees will do that. I will most likely be using Bliss shaders, because it really complements on having a higher render distance, or being able to see out further. The shaders that he is using seem to be... They don't look like complementary Unbound. They kind of look like either BSL. I think he might be using BSL. I might check down. No, he is using complementary Unbound. Okay. He must be using a different cloud type, because I'm not used to the clouds being... in complementary Unbound, I'm used to the... It's either that or Bliss or Chocopic. I don't remember which one, but the clouds kind of just form long streaks along the sky. I'm not used to that, so that's very cool. Looks like he also had 3D block particles turned on. Very interesting. I will be subscribing to him. So, we added that, and I think we will go ahead and add Overhauled Overworld. I think it was called Overhauled Overworld. Yes, okay. Okay, so William Weather's Overhauled Overworld is, I believe, what he used. The gallery. Let's look at some of these. We have a sparse jungle. Interesting. I do like the village. I do not believe there is a vanilla jungle village, so that is nice. Sunflower plains. Very nice how the trees are spread apart. I do like how the trees spike at the top. Very nice, realistic. Banyan trees. I like how the trees have branches, I think, come out, support the tree, make it look a lot realistic. Reminds me of one of those dynamic tree mods. Navigable rivers. Is that what it says? Navigable rivers. So it looks like it says it's using the Navigable Rivers texture pack. I am noticing something interesting right here. It looks like a stone pillar, almost. Very interesting. We have a cherry tree in the back. That's interesting. Cherry trees mixed in with the jungle trees, it looks like. Bulrush swamps. Now, I'm pretty sure this is just using the mod, so I don't know. I'm pretty certain, but I don't know if these plants are included in the mod, because that would be, I think that would be considered custom blocks, and it doesn't seem to be straying far from vanilla pretty much at all, but it does look very beautiful. Montane Groves, if I'm saying that right, or Montane. I think it's Montane Groves here. Beautiful. I love the cave down in the bottom left. We have, it looks like a black mountain. It could be made out of black stone. I'm not sure. Maybe it could be a shader glitch or something, or maybe Distant Horizons glitch. I don't know. It does not look like he's using Distant Horizons though. It looks like he just has a very high render distance, maybe 32. With taiga clearing, this is probably my favorite biome so far, the taiga clearing. Fuck. And I'm gonna do that, okay. Yeah, the taiga clearing is beautiful. Okay, the X is down here. I'll have to remember that. But yeah, the taiga clearing, I believe this mod does the bedrock thing, that there would be fallen logs or like trees on the ground. So that's always nice. Always love that. Boreal forests. Looking good. Now while I'm at it, I'm gonna mute myself really quickly. Have a little snacky snack here. So, yeah. Alright. I have returned. So, what were we looking at? William Ryder's overhauled Overworld. At the Boreal Forest. Autumn Forests, I'm just going to call it that. Tropical Atolls. Okay, very nice. Geothermal activity. Interesting. Okay, it looks like we have geothermal vents in the ground. Very cool. I wonder if we will have... Oh, look, okay, this is the biome transition style. So, I'm sure it would look a lot more janky if there was not a river in the middle. But since there's a river in the middle, it's not too janky. And also, parts like this, with all the shrubs and stuff, mix in the green well with the green on this side. So it feels like it's kind of crossing over. Like it gives the look of something crossing over instead of just jankly switching over. And we have the Donkey Desert. Is that what it's called? Yeah. This I've seen stuff like this in Terralith. I think it was called Yellowstone in Terralith. It does look good. I think the style is a lot better than I've seen others. It's not quite as good. I don't know if there is gravel, but I think some gravel would definitely make it look better. But yes, we will be installing this. Now, on the same note of world theme, I would like it to look at structure mods. So, world generation. Okay, I guess there's not a structure setting inside of world generation, so that's okay. Now, I think Young's is not overrated because I do like his work, but I want to see some alternatives to Young's. We already have a biome mod, so we need to just put that to the side here. We have Insidium and Nullscape, which are made... I don't remember who made it. I remember... I don't know. I know the person that made Insidium made the other one. Insidium is very cool. So I'm going to take a look here. That is not the Insidium I meant. Insidium. Stardust Labs. Okay, it's made by Stardust Labs. And let's look at their products. They do make Structory, which is a great mod. I might actually add Structory. And then we have Continents, which we will look at, but I'm not quite sure if I would like to add that. I don't know. Cave Tweaks. Cave Tweaks. I might check that out. But they made Terralith, which is the big one. So Structory would fit in really good with Terralith, but I'm going to have to stay away from Structory for right now because I am not going for Terralith. But Continents is something I would look at, but I'm staying away from very popular mods for this mod pack specifically. But if I was making a different mod pack, I would absolutely love to include those mods. So that's kind of like a shout out to Stardust Labs right there. They make great stuff, but I'm just not going for it right now. So I think the first thing we need to look for in these structures is, first of all, like, I would do villages first, but I feel like doing small stuff first. And I think a very small thing, I don't remember what the mod is called, but it adds extremely small biome features. Not biome makeover. It adds like rocks and stuff. Not this rocks. Repurposed structures is really good. So I would probably look at repurposed structures, but I think we can just scroll over here and find some good stuff. We're also gonna be looking for dungeon mods, obviously. No mod pack is complete. It's called Philip's Ruins. That's the one I was talking about. Philip's Ruins, as they're not huge. It looks like we have some, like an old ruin of like an old castle or cathedral or something. We have wooden walls. Um, it could be a different type of wood. It almost looks like birch. We have a small pillar thing. Could be an obelisk, like an old obelisk of some kind. Desert ruins that are in the desert. Looks like we have more blocks. He could have been using the chipped mod. I do not know. I will look in the description. Most loot would be buried underground. Good to know. Philip's Ruins makes most of its structures look like actual ruins, which is what I'm going for. I'm going to go for you're the new inhabitant of this world, go explore type feeling. We have an ancient church. Yeah, it looks great. We're going to be installing Philip's Ruins. But I'm still not sure if that was the right thing. I know it was made by Philip. I don't remember. Maybe it's for 1.21.
So I'm making.
Looks like this is Philip. Looks like he kind of switched away from... Yeah, it just looks like it was just Philip's Ruins. I swear there was a mod. I thought it was made by Philip. But I guess it wasn't. That added, like, rocks and stuff like that to your biomes. Kind of overhauled biomes a little bit. Okay, so let's look at repurposed structures now. I'm going for a style of, like, kind of realistic. So far, in this picture, it seems to be matching up. Jungle Fortress. I am noticing, I'm pretty sure this tree is floating. So it almost looks like it's adding... This is a typical desert temple, but it looks like it's adding it in different biomes, which is not actually what I'm going for. Yeah, it looks like it's just adding stuff to different places where they shouldn't be, but different places where they aren't normally, and that's not really what I'm going for. So, I will be vanilla friendly. Let's see what these people have in Explorify. I've heard good things about this mod. So far, it's doing what repurposed structures was doing. I don't know what this is. That looks kind of cool. Nether Fortress looks really good. That is one of the best Nether Fortresses I've seen in a mod ever. The detail is insane. The gilded gold blocks, whatever they were called, looks beautiful. It says Black Spiral, so it might not be another dungeon, but it could be. A supply cache. I love whenever they add small stuff around. That's always nice. Farmstead. It almost looks like a villager's house, but it's away from a village. It is really keeping that simplistic Minecraft style. We have ruins. A dark forest settlement. It looks like it's adding... We have a tavern. A watchtower. Yeah, I love this. Oh, end shipwreck. Okay, it's a shipwreck, right, because there's ships in the end. Okay, yeah, definitely. Love this mod. This mod, I like the idea of that mod. We're going to be seeing if that mod is really good. Now, the overhauled village mod. Oh my god, that is a huge village. That's a Christmas-themed village. Which is not realistic, quote-unquote. But yeah, these do look good. There was another village mod And I might have to watch Asian Half Squat's video. Because, Asian Half Squat had reviewed some of these. I think it was in... Atmospheric Phenomena is really good, but I'm pretty sure that's only a Forge mod. It was called... I don't remember what the village mod was called. This was only made a year ago. Better Villages. Pretty vanilla. Guard Villages. I'm pretty sure he meant to say Guard Villagers. Yeah, that's the Guard Villager mod. More Villages. I'm pretty sure that just adds a village for every biome. But we already kind of have a mod that does it. Stoneholm is good, but it doesn't... It's really incompatible with a ton of mods. So, I'm not going to try that. Towns and Towers is... I haven't really used it before, but I've heard it's good. Village Artifacts, okay. Flying Villages, Overhauled Villages. It was another one... I don't remember what it was called. I might go with Towns and Towers, though. Villager Wars. There's a good pillage mod. I will install that mod. It takes a pillage. I don't remember. Yeah, it looks like It Takes a Pillage is not compatible with this version. So, or else I would love to add that mod. Towns and Towers is looking good, though, so we will add Towns and Towers. Pillages, Outposts, all of that. We have a Desert Outpost, okay. Villager Fleet. Mediterranean Village. I've always wanted one of these in Minecraft. It looks beautiful. And it's located in warmer biomes, so I'm gonna be seeing if if the biomes are already compatible, if there's a compatible biome mod to make them compatible. We have a Badlands Village that's in the Badlands. Birch Forest Village. Beautiful. For a birch village, that is absolutely beautiful. The only thing it looks like the only birch they're using are on the roofs. I'm seeing birch and it looks like dark oak, maybe? I don't know, but it looks like they're only using it for the roofs, so it doesn't seem very Minecraft-ish. But we have a mushroom village. Very cool, going with the fantasy vibe. I don't mind that. Rustic outpost looks beautiful. Forest outpost looks even better. I'm pretty sure the ones with the, yeah, see, this is like a villager thing. This is a pillager thing, because you can tell with all the pillager things. I'm assuming it's a pillager outpost, and it's not a... Yeah, now used by pillagers for their evil deeds. It was either that or the villages had killed the pillagers and had taken over their base, right? Savannah outpost, pretty sweet. We have pillager boats, okay. Snowy Tega outpost, pretty much a watchtower, yeah. Swedish village, beautiful. Desert outpost, we already saw that. Okay, yeah, yeah, we will add that. Now, dungeons. Now, there is dungeon crawl, but I'm pretty sure the dungeon crawl is not in here. But roguelike dungeons is the second best. I love roguelike dungeons. I've used it in my Fabric servers before. I think the first 3 floors. Yeah, like this is on the first floor. I'm pretty sure there's like no mobs on the first and second floor. It could be depending on your difficulty. I don't know. So, yes, roguelike dungeons is good for exploration. Just don't really need to emphasize that or like go deeper into that. But now that we went ahead and added that, I'm just going to add looter and kind of just... I'm pretty sure most of you already know what that is. I'm not going to try to explain deeper into it. We haven't gotten to performance mod yet, but we will get there soon. Now, under world generation, I'm pretty sure that's it. So the next thing we're going to work at is getting yourself immersed into the game, which is something only I like and some of my friends like. So I understand that most of you will not like this, but it should be... Most of these are client-side. So the first thing we will install is these mods, because they are extremely popular, which goes against the rule of like us not wanting to add super popular mods. But they're the most compatible mods for each other. Not Enough Animations works perfectly with first-person model. I haven't seen any issues with it. Besides, like, lanterns are still held basically the normal way. But there's a mod, or a resource pack, called Extended Illumina with Not Enough Animation support, which will actually make your character hold it up. So... let's think about it. More immersion mods. I don't know if dynamic surroundings is... Okay, we do have dynamic surroundings. Great. We have dynamic surroundings. Let's see if we have presence footsteps. And if we have sound physics. We do! Okay, we have sound physics remastered. Great. Now, I do understand... earlier, I meant... when we were adding structures, I usually add Moogs, Voyager structures, Moogs, and Nether structures as well. But I've used those so much in the past, I'm just trying to try something, trying to attempt something different. So that is why I have not added those mods. Okay, so we're working on immersion. We have pretty much all of those added. Now, cave dust is something really specific that I like. Now, WF's Caves Overhaul is good. I'm pretty sure we will do that. Ready to play. Good for the server. Good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Lightning fast generation. So it looks like, Good. Optimize for gameplay first, aesthetics second. Love the new caves, designed faster and engaging. Cave experience will set you sail on your many underground rivers. Underground rivers is nice. Only to lose control at our waterfall and fall into a bunch of lava, perhaps. Minecraft is now more dynamic than ever. Not your standard there. Domain warping, a technique used to modify the nature of the regular noise to achieve new, curious ways. Due to this, as you dive deeper, the terrain gets weirder, but the effect is not overkill at this time. That might change in the future. Okay, we will give that a shot. Okay. It seems that we have all of the immersion mods that I'm really thinking about adding. There is better combat, which a lot of people might think is an overrated mod. I think it's overrated as well, but I'm going to add it anyways just because it works well with the animation mods I have installed. It's compatible with not enough animations. So I'm going to add it. Sorry, that goes against my rules, but I do like it. There's also better animations collection, but we're not gonna do that. Now, a couple of really interesting mods I like is visuality, and then dynamic surroundings. And I don't think Quark is on here. Yeah, Quark would be great, but yeah. So we have a bunch of those mods installed. The next mod I'm going to worry about is mobs specifically. So first things first, we're going to add ETF and EMF so that we now have support for fresh animations. Now that we have support for fresh animations, we can go ahead and take our cursor down to mobs. Now that we're in mobs, let's check this out. We have Cobblemon. We're not doing that, obviously. Did we not install this? I guess not. Naturalist adds more mobs. Are we going to do that? Not this time. Once again, I'm sorry for that. I do like Naturalist as much as you guys do. One of my favorite mods out there. But it does not match the theme that I am trying to go for right now. So I'm not going to be adding it. But it is a great mod, and I recommend checking it out on your own. Friends and foes. This is a complex topic, I would like to say. This adds all of the mobs that Mojang has declined and the mob votes that, they didn't win. So we have the Tough Golem, the Rascal, the Copper Golem. Not the biggest fan of the Copper Golem, but he is a cute little fella. The Glare. You can tame and breed them. Okay, an Iceologer, Moobloom, Wildfire, Mauler, Illusioner, a Zombie Horse. Okay, yeah, we will add friends and foes. Yeah, there's a couple different friends and foes add-ons. But I guess there was only one for this. Creeper Overhaul. I love this mod. It is not overrated, even though it has almost 1 million downloads. This mod should just be implemented into vanilla Minecraft. That is how good this is. Now, does it keep the vanilla style of creepers? I don't really think so. But it does overhaul them in a more bedrock way. I'm just going to say that. We have a more bedrock style. I believe the creepers are shorter a little bit. They have their own custom animations. It feels more like a bedrock add-on than a mod. It looks like it has a lot of thought put into it. Spruce Creeper. Okay. The Cave Creeper. This is the basic Cave Creeper, I'm pretty sure. Beautiful. We have a Desert Creeper. Hills Creeper. Now, this is interesting. I'm not the biggest fan of the style. I like the texture, but they should have kept the same style. Same with this. It's weird because it doesn't have a head. The Dripstone Creeper is, in fact, dripped out. It is absolutely a beautiful creeper. I've been killed by these so much times, and that's such a weird thing to brag about. But they blend in so well with the environment. A Dark Oak Creeper are indeed spooky. I would probably be able to see these a little easier. Ocean Creeper. Yeah, I'm gonna hate those. Jungle Creeper. Yes, I've gotten killed by those. Savannah Creeper. Walking totem poles. These have their own animation, and it's so cute. I would not mind getting killed by these. It's just so cute. a beach creeper, beautiful, badlands creeper, a snowy creeper. This matches another mod I used to use. Bamboo creeper, a swamp creeper, mushroom creeper's cute. Yes, okay, I was about to say, the mushroom creepers I don't think are hostile at all. They might be neutral, if anything, but I'm pretty sure that they're passive. Because they're spawning on a mushroom island, which the big thing about a mushroom island is no hostile mobs can spawn there, so I would assume it had to be passive. Spruce creep, okay. Back to them. So, yes, we're going to install that. There is another one, I don't know, this one is made by Ju5H. More mob variants. We're not going to be adding that. I don't know why we're not going to be adding that, but we're not. Spawn animations is a little bit overrated. I don't necessarily like it as much as I used to. It has a bunch of glitches. Nifsis spiders I would normally install, but I'm not the biggest fan. Mainly because my friend does not like spiders or insects that much. He does not like them. Enderman overhaul. Let's see. This is made by... Made by Josh? Ju5H. Okay. Ju5H. It's made by the same person. Creeper overhaul. Or Enderman overhaul here. Crimson Enderman. Soul Sand Valley Enderman. That is terrifying. Swamp Enderman. Kind of looks like a Lovecraftian creature, I will admit. More Lovecraftian creatures. An ocean Enderman, a snowy Enderman. He looks like an old explorer. Badlands Enderman. I'm pretty sure this is like a trader, but I'm not sure. Like you can trade with him. Flower Fields Enderman. He almost looks passive. A Savannah Enderman. Desert Enderman. Windswept Hills Enderman. All of these have special abilities and they're very cool. But Cave Enderman, Ice Spikes Enderman, Warped Enderman, Mushroom Enderman, and Enderman, what the fuck is that? That is terrifying. And Islands Enderman, what? Enderman Pets? God, okay, this has way more than I thought. So, wow, okay. Okay. That should be all of the mobs, I think. We're not going to do wildlife. I'm not too interested in adding not vanilla mods. We might, yes, RPG difficulty? Sure, we will do that. I'm going to set the server difficulty onto easy, and then over time, it'll get naturally harder, I believe, with that mod. So, we have mobs, we have immersion, and we have world generation down pat. So, I'm pretty sure that is we are almost there. For servers, we're going to think of some kind of navigation type thing. We're going to be choosing waystones, obviously. And I already have to go.